What's up guys, Sam Adams here and welcome to The Drop. This is a weekly series on my channel that comes out every Monday telling you guys what the new releases are for the week in the world of video games. And this week in particular we have one game that is coming out that I find significant, and then I'm going to talk about the PlayStation Plus offerings as well as an Xbox Live sale. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, stick around. If not, head over to my channel, check out some of my other videos that I make. I do post a lot and I'm almost sure there's something you like, but as of right now, let's get into The Drop. So the one game that we're going to be talking about this week is Fire, coming to PC from a German studio called Daedalic Entertainment. I think I pronounced that right, but it's basically where you are a Neanderthal who is charged with the task of keeping the fire going. Unfortunately, you let that go out since you are in fact a Neanderthal, and the entire game is kind of an exploration adventure game with puzzles integrated into it, trying to find fire to replace that which you let go out. It looks to be pretty interesting, and it's got a cool little animated look to it. So if you're looking for something to tide you over on that cartoony slash, kind of kiddie vibe on your PC, this is the game for you, and it's coming out on Steam this Tuesday. So the next one I'll be reading, and I'm going to be going through the Xbox Live New Year's sale, and the New Year's sale started, I think, the day before New Year's on New Year's Eve. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is going until Tuesday, January the 6th. So, the main offerings that I found, I went through and wrote them down. You can get Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, which is a very popular MMO on the PC, which had a console port a couple of years ago, I believe. That's going to be 33% off. Destiny and Advanced Warfare, two of last year's biggest first-person shooter releases, are 25% off. The Madden, NHL, and FIFA 15 games are 35% off. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition is 50% off, and the Telltale Games Bundle is 50% off. The Telltale Games Bundle is $55, and you get The Walking Dead Seasons 1 and 2, The Wolf Among Us, Tales from the Borderlands, the entire series, Game of Thrones, the entire series, and for $55, that is a lot of content that you can get. Alien Isolation is also 50% off, I might add. And those are about the main things that I saw in this sale that specifically catered to my needs, but you can check it out on your Xbox One or Xbox 360. There are a lot of games included in this sale, so if you're looking to catch up on some of last year's biggest releases in the digital format, then this is definitely something you should probably check out. Next up, we're going to be talking about the PlayStation Plus offerings for January, which are probably the best offerings I have seen since I have been enrolled in the service, and this is my second year in it. So first off, we're going to touch on the PlayStation 4 offerings, which are Infamous First Light, as well as the Swapper. So Infamous First Light follows the life of Fetch, one of the characters from last year's Infamous Second Son. It's a beautiful game. I talked about it. It was one of my favorite games that came out last year. It looked absolutely gorgeous. And I would highly recommend picking up Second Sons if you haven't played that one. But First Light is coming out in January if you want to give that series a shot. The Swapper is an interesting little kind of puzzle game, but it's got a very interesting vibe to it that I can't really describe. It's almost somber. It's kind of like, I can't even describe it, but basically you are in a sci-fi world where you can clone yourself, and you have to get through puzzles and mazes by cloning yourself and then swapping your soul or being into the other clone. It's a really cool game. I do hear it's kind of short, but I mean, for free on the PlayStation Network, how can you go wrong? Next up on the PlayStation 3, we've got Prototype 2 and DuckTales Remastered. So Prototype 2 is basically a game that centers around biological weaponry where you are the weapon, and it's kind of an interesting concept. I never actually got to play the Prototype series, but I did hear it was pretty good. So the entire game is centered around trying to kill Alex Mercer, who I think is the protagonist from the first game. Again, I never played it. You can correct me in the comments below if you would like to, but the biological weapons thing seems like an interesting concept. And then, of course, DuckTales Remastered is one of the most famous platformers that has ever come out in gaming, and it's surprisingly by Disney. So this is remastered. It looks great, but it does pay tribute to its 8-bit predecessor. I think it was 8-bit, I'm not really sure. But DuckTales Remastered, it can't fail, just because whenever something is considered a classic, you're going to have to enjoy it on some level if it lasted this long in the industry. Next up, we've got the PlayStation Vita offerings, which include Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition, which is basically a redone Duke Nukem 3D, a remastered version, 3 expansion packs, and then the original classic Duke Nukem 3D. And also we've got Whoa Dave, which is a cool little platformer where it's basically a high score kind of thing. It's an interesting arcadey style game. And both of these seem to be pretty interesting. If you're not familiar with Duke Nukem, don't play the most recent game. Play an older one, or play Wolfenstein and then go get that little Easter egg that is upstairs in your hideout. But that about wraps it up for the PlayStation Plus offerings for January. So there you guys have it. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of The Drop. If you did, drop me a like down below and comment what your favorite game is that is coming out this week or on PlayStation Plus, or your favorite game from the Xbox Live sale. Just what are you playing right now, or what do you expect to buy? And if you get a moment or two, head over to my channel and check out some of my other videos. I work hard to make high quality content, and I love it when you guys check it out. Been getting a lot of subscribers lately, and I want to thank each and every one of you who keep coming back to the channel for more of me. So I think that about wraps it up for this week's The Drop, and I want to again thank each and every one of you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.